Ken! Oh, come on, somebody come out here. Tyler Maine! Ken Forey, taller and white. Mary Warnoff, the one and only Mary Warnoff. And Ken Forey finally, there he is. Now, Bill and PJ should be here shortly, hopefully. I think they are getting lunch or something, but in the meantime, we've got these guys up here.
They're in the bathroom.
They're in the bathroom. I'm gonna sit over here on the end because you guys scare me. You guys are having a good time? Oh, I hear feedback.
Always having a good time.
Always?
Is this thing on?
Yeah, you're on.
Okay, good.
You guys are gonna have...
No, you don't get one. I want one.
They know not to give Ken Forey a mic.
Ken, we were warned about you, Ken, so...
Hello, is this working?
It's working.
It's working. Can you hear
It's
me?
working.
Yeah.
Loud and clear.
Y'all looking good.
Yeah, sure. Hello.
Now that's a crowd. This is a crowd. This is a huge crowd.
Reject!
I got a question.
What's your question?
Where the fuck's Mosley?
I'm asking that one myself.
What's PJ?
PJ Souls.
Where's she?
Where's she? She's with Bill.
I hope they're not both in the same bathroom.
I was worried about the two of them as well, so she's having lunch.
She's having lunch. That didn't sound good either.
Now, guys, we've got
What can
a room that's completely overfilled with people who are eager to hear about your careers and the Devil's Rejects and what was going on. I'm sure you've got some interesting stories. And
None we could tell here.
well, that's the whole point of this.
Look at everybody. There is a room full. It's standing room only.
No, absolutely it is.
My God.
Let's just hope there's no fire in here, because we're all in trouble. We got the back door, so all you guys are fucked.
This is great. Absolutely great. We're going to have a ball. Okay, great. What are we going to talk about?
We're going to talk about the Devil's Rejects. We're going to talk about...
Rejects? Yeah.
We're going to...
Title? Yeah.
Was I in that movie?
You
Oh,
were...
yeah, I guess I was, right?
I think I saw you walk past the camera once or twice.
Exactly. Hey, somebody had to die first.
Hey, it was you.
You did.
Oh, you died.
Excuse me. I died first. Not only did I die first, but I'll tell you a short story about it. Bill was supposed to kill me, and I had a pad on my back, and he's supposed to stick the knife on the pad so it didn't hurt me. Guess what?
Missed it big time.
Missed, big time. Totally missed, but the knife was retractable, so I didn't die.
But it's still...
That's my story. I was the first one to go down. You couldn't. I was before the trailers. How's that going?
I was right at the opening.
You got shot in the house.
Who went down first, guys?
Tyler!
I became angry.
Actually,
The actors know.
I think it was one of the policemen outside, but we're not counting those guys.
I got a couple of them fuckers first, but
Now
they were uncredited.
let me ask you, Sid, since you were in House of a Thousand Corpses as well as the Devil's Rejects. House of a Thousand Corpses was a goddamn roller coaster ride. What? We have to stop. PJ Souls and Bill Mosley.
We're good at you guys to show up.
Sorry to interrupt your lunch.
How was lunch, Bill?
Lunch was awesome. Thank you very much. The opportunity was real nice.
See, actors do work for food.
I figured with Ken here that you guys wouldn't miss us.
Well, that's why Ken doesn't have a microphone.
What did he say? What did he say? Huh? He said,
With you here, nobody would miss him. Now,
Very true. But we love you anyway.
come on, you would miss him.
I miss you. That's
Now, Bill, since you're here, I was about to ask Sid a question. And since you were both in House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects, the first movie was crazy. It was just this over-the-top horror, as I mentioned before, roller coaster ride of a movie. Why, for the Devil's Rejects, why did Rob take it in such a drastic difference? I mean, it was just to me, it was more of a horror movie, whereas opposed to Devil's Rejects, I would consider more of a crime drama film.
Well, yeah, and it was a crime drama film where horrible things happen. Horror, crime drama, bullshit.
And actually, you know, the difference between House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects, I thought Rob was, a good director. He wrote a great story. It was a lot of fun on House of a Thousand Corpses. But that's when I was convinced he was more in the genius category. Because he was able to take the opportunity to make a sequel, and a lot of we all as horror fans have suffered through a lot of sequels, which is basically the same story, kind of a little bit changed just to try to get some more money out of it. And so that's what I thought we were going to make a sequel. And Rob really showed me a lot. I mean, the fact that he was able to take that opportunity, change our looks. I mean, I somehow got cured of being an albino. And I grew up weird, and I guess it's like almost like a couple of weeks later that the Devil's Reject starts after House of a Thousand Corpses ends. So somehow I grow a beard, I'm no longer an albino. Sid's out of makeup most of the time. Baby only laughs once.
Thank God.
Yeah. And it turns in, it's like, in other words, he took that opportunity, he changed us, he made us more gritty and real. And then he also, we go from a horror movie to really a violent crime or a road, like a whole different genre. And I thought that was just amazing. And I had my great scene with Priscilla Barnes, God bless Priscilla Barnes, in the Kahiki Palms motel room, which was pretty gnarly. And, after the first take of our little get-together there, I walked off stage, my stomach was in knots, it was a tough scene, tense scene. And that's when Rob came up to me and said, "Art is not safe." Now, I doubt if he actually coined that phrase, but what it told me was that we weren't just going for a sequel, we're not just, phoning it in to try to get more money out of the poor, long-suffering horror fan, but we were going for something special. And that was a great message, and I think we all really felt that when we were on the set.
Yeah. And I can relate the real difference between the two, okay? I shot all of my stuff on A House of a Thousand Corpses at night, in the desert. And when you are in the desert at night, wearing a satin clown suit, I was just trying to break shit up, okay?
Slightly see-through satin clouds.
We did not need that visual. Just trying to help out.
I'm scarred for life now.
The next story is about streaks. Is that the next story?
Streaks in his concert.
Oh, you're talking about the skid marks in my underwear. It was so funny because Rob says, come on, we got to dirty up the underwear. And so the wardrobe guy is there with this little oil rag thing, and he's, doing this. Rob goes, no, that's not enough. And he does a little bit more, and he's, no, not so. Give me that fucking thing. It's just what he wanted.
Then he sold them on eBay, and the person that bought them said, "Thanks for the DNA."
And I also told Rob that I was going to do that scene with my underwear on. And he goes, "Why?" And I said, "Because if I go skin to skin with her, this is going to be a whole new kind of movie."
There's another bad visual.
I'll give you an even worse one. Uncle Creepy, the guy that is the chief editor of Dread Central, writes a review, and he says, there's a point in the film where all the women are going to reach for the pause button because Sid Haig exposes his testicles. And my wife said, I thought you said you did that with your underwear on. I said, I did. She goes, ha, click. It was a hot day, they jumped out to say hello. Shit happens, yeah.
At least you weren't in that scene.
See, I'm a marketing motherfucker. From that, I got the idea of getting a little muslin sacks with drawstrings, and muslin, and putting Captain Spaulding image on that, and just putting Captain Spaulding's nutsack and fill them with walnuts and shit and sell them. I gotta pay the fucking rent, okay? Okay, the moderator just took a shit. I think this is ours now.
Exactly. Now, okay, hold on. Composure. No, actually, I'm going to ask you and Mary a question. You guys weren't in the film for very long, but you both have been in some great iconic cult films, mainstream films. How did you become a part of this film? Did Rob, I know if I was making a film, I'd handpick you guys, for sure, absolutely.
Rob called my agent because I was no longer going out. He called my agent and asked me to, and I was shocked. So I went and I did my scene. And my scene lasted into lunch, and all you guys, went to lunch, but I, got lasted into lunch. And so when I came out, they didn't pay me. And I have to say, Rob paid me out of his own pocket.
Wow.
He did not pay me extra for missing lunch.
Rob came out of his pocket to give it to you.
Yeah.
Go in pocket to give you the lunch penalty.
The lunch penalty.
He gave her a sandwich.
Well, I didn't get to eat my lunch because when I was having lunch, he came full of his DVDs and posters and asked me to sign about 20 items from his private collections. But yeah, no, the casting call was for notable 70s actors, and they put us on film or video or whatever, and 3 months later, I was asked to show up at this location in the desert, somewhere in LA. And luckily, Sid directed me in the scene.
Yeah. Well, no, not really. I was just getting the choreography with the punch down. I'd punch this way and her head would go the other way. I go, no, see, what's But since you got into Rob's benevolence, I have a story about that as well. And about 4 days before Christmas in 2000, I got in a horrible car accident. Some illegal alien drunk ran a stoplight and T-boned my car, and separated my sternum and big gashes on the chin and this, that, and the other thing. And we were going to shoot some additional scenes for House of a Thousand Corpses. So when I got out of the hospital, I thought it prudent of me to just give Rob a call and say, we might have to put this off a little while because I got in this accident. And he was like totally horrified. He said, "You okay? Everything's good?" He goes, "Yeah, don't worry. I'll be okay. I just am moving a little low and slow. I can't, jump around or anything." So the next day he calls back and he said, "I'm such an asshole. What happened to your car?" I said, "Well, that's totaled. And insurance company is dragging their feet and everything. And he goes, well, I'll buy you a car. I went, what? He says, I'll buy you a car. And I said, well, all right, I'll pay you back. He says, Sid, it's only a fucking car. Okay? And 2 days later, there was a knock on the door, and I'm hollering, yeah, I'll be there in a minute, because it'd take me some time to get up out of the chair. And I opened the door, and Rob and Sherry were standing there, and Sherry had a wicker basket full of homemade cookies and jams and jellies, and she put together some gourmet soups and this, that, and the other thing. I said, what? She said, well, we can't let you start. And then Rob handed me the keys to the car, and that was it.
The only problem also was that it was a used Fiat. Too small for a rock.
It was a fix-it again, Tony. Yeah.
It was a clown car.
And there were 32 people in it. I think they just crossed the border. I don't know.